It may not feel like that time of year, but it is that time of year. I have my first advent calendar of the 2024 season, and it's a Benefit one, and like, it's cute. Not gonna lie, didn't think I would get a Benefit advent calendar, but it being in a basket kind of won me over. It was the first one that came out this year that I saw, and I decided to give it a try. So we're gonna open this baby up. This is the gorgeous Grocer 24 Days of Beauty Treats advent calendar, again from Benefit Cosmetics. This retailed for $164. It supposedly has $322 worth of value in it. I don't normally do brand specific ones, but I'm gonna try a few this year and see if they have some good value. So spoilers, basically from here on out, the things I'm looking for are value. This can be like monetary value, so like the price of the calendar for what you get, but it also could just be like what I feel like the value of the products you're actually getting are, because I feel like sometimes they try to tell you it's a value and I'm like, I don't know about that. Let's recheck that. I'm also looking at aesthetic, which I have to say this one's killing it already. Like, it's a cutie. I value the experience. I feel like it's really easy to look at the advent calendars online, really judge it only based off of that, but there is something to the actual experience of opening each of the boxes and having the surprise. I feel like there's something to that with an advent calendar specifically. And last is kind of this personal je ne sais quoi, like, just do I personally like it? Maybe it'd work for other people, but like, you know, what about me? Would this fit into my life? Would I like to gift this to someone? That kind of thing. So those are some of the things I'm gonna be thinking about as I open this up, but without further ado, let's get into it. And I'm gonna try to open this thing up cutesy and demure-like. Hopefully I don't break any nails. That seems to be a theme, and these things are holding on for dear life, so fingers crossed for me. Oh, we have one that's popped open. Okay, here's what the top looks like. One of them, the 24th day, is like coming, 23rd day. But otherwise, we're off to a pretty good start. Let me get these down. And I feel like I keep bringing up the grocery basket, but I can't lie, I think it's so freaking cute. Let's get into it. We're gonna start with day number 1. It is so cute. It's like a little popsicle. All right, first day, it looks like we're getting a brow pencil, which is kind of a risky move. We all have different brow hair. This one is in number 4. I'm gonna roll it up too, because I wanna see how much product you get. It's not a ton, I won't lie. It's not the most. I feel like I've gotten these as like deluxe size samples before, and again, it's in the shade number 4, which is a little bit dark. Sometimes I can do 3 if I'm light with it, or maybe it's 3.5, but 4 might be a little dark for me. It's not a bad first day because Benefit is known for their brow products, and I do like this pencil formula, but because the color doesn't work for me, we're kind of off to not the best start. Moving on to day number 2, another cute one, but this one's a little bigger, so let's see what we get. All right, we have a little skincare item here. This is the Professional Good Cleanup Pore Purifying Foaming Cleanser. It's like a deluxe size is what it looks like to me, and I haven't tried really much from this line from Benefit. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the packaging looks cutesy kids clinical. I don't know, that's what I've always gotten from it, but that's day number 2. I'll give it a try. I don't mind necessarily a nice deluxe size in skincare, because then you can test it and see if you want to like invest in the full size. All right, day number 3 here. It's a little hot sauce. That's so cute. Wait, what's number 2? Oh, 2 is like some salami, some deli meat, I don't know. Okay, we're getting tons of different groceries in here. Day number 3 is a classic. This is the Professional Pore Primer from Benefit. I remember back in like 2012, this was the primer everyone used, and I loved it back then. It's a very like smoothing, silicone-y, kind of slippy primer. I have not used it in a very long time, and I feel like I've kind of moved away from this type of a feel on my face as a primer, but I'm kind of excited to revisit it and give it a shot. The size also isn't too bad. It's 0.75 fluid ounces, so let me see if you can buy that and what value that has. Okay, I'm looking online, just on Sephora, and the 0.75 or 21 grams, which the grams aren't on here, but this is the full size. This retails for $35. Shrinkflation, baby. Primers and foundations, to me, those should be an ounce. Those should be a full freaking ounce. Why is this only 3/4? Not sure what's going on there. I literally thought this was just like a nice deluxe size. Like, that's what I thought, but this is the full size, you guys, $35. Okay, moving on to day number 4. This one's actually kind of short, so it looks like it's gonna be big from the top, but it's kind of squatty. Let's see what it is. Oh, all right, we got a little blush here. This is a mini of the blush shade in Willa. If you watch my blush declutter, I actually just decluttered this blush. It's cute, and I actually don't mind the mini size. It's kind of like a dusty neutral. They describe it as a soft neutral rose blush with a natural looking flush and a satin finish. So we'll see what other blush blush colors we potentially might get in here, because obviously blush is personal, what's gonna work on different skin tones. So hopefully we get some other options in here just so this can be a more universal calendar. And looking at the price of the blushes, the full size retails for $32, but the minis are sold separately. So you can buy this size and it retails for $18. We're on to number 5, which has what looks like some little chips on it, is what it seems like. It's pretty light, okay? This box is seeming, oh yeah. What the heck? $164, keep it in mind. Keep that in mind. This is a moisturizing matte lip tint. Okay, it's 2 ml of product, very mini. This is like free gift with purchase. This is very, very tiny. I believe this is a newer product from Benefit, but okay, very small. I really hate getting sample sizes like this. Like I need at least a deluxe size sample, something that feels a little bit more real. Like this blush mini, I feel like that makes sense to me, but this is a little skimpy. Okay, moving on to day number 6. This is a cute little box. It looks like ketchup, and we're getting another very small mini. This is not even the full Gimme Brow, okay? It's just a small one. It's in shade number 3. So again, you get to test it out, but I mean, the full size of this product would fit in this box, right? I think the full size would, especially if it was like leaned over. So that's a choice. And again, with the brow color, it's a little dark. I think I could make this one work. It's a little warm looking as well, but it's number 3 and number 4 so far that we've got, which I'm sure are very common colors, maybe they're most common colors, but again, it's such a personal product. It's kind of hard to put that in an advent calendar and it be as universal as possible. Moving on to day 7. I mean, one of the cutest things of this so far are these little boxes. It looks like some red beans, and let's see what we got. Oh, okay. We have a very small sample size of the Deep Retreat Pore Clearing Clay Mask. This is like you're going on a little trip and you're gonna bring one serving, like one singular serving to do your mask with, and then that's it. This is a little too many. I don't know. The value already is really coming into question for me. Moving on to number 8. I'm honestly getting a little terrified. I'm getting a little terrified. Oh, it's a cute little cherry soda. Love it. Okay, and inside a little mini mascara. A mini mascara I don't mind as much. This to me, you can make stretch. You could use for a few months potentially, you know, without it going dry. So that's kind of nice. And this is the Fan Fest mascara. I haven't tried this, but I believe it's one of the newer ones out of the bunch. It has a bit of a curved wand on it, so I will definitely be giving that a try, and I think that's a nice mini to go into an advent calendar. 9's another like bigger one, but let's see. Yeah, this one's also short, so I think a lot of these ones are actually going to be shorter boxes than long ones, which makes this big basket seem like it's going to be full of a bunch of full-size products, like it could fit them, but it isn't. All right, in here, looks like we have another one of the blushes. So here's the Terra shade. This is described as a golden brick red blush. And this is it compared to the other blush. Definitely has more of that bronzery kind of look. I think the mini blushes are one of the best values in here so far. Although this one is like about to come out. Do you hear this? Oh my gosh, it just did. It just came out. So be careful with the blushes. Stick them in there. Oh, okay. So this little blush is already falling apart. I'm gonna need to just put another like glue dot or I don't know what in there to keep it together, but not exactly what you wanna see. Let's just keep going. We're on to number 10. I can't believe we're only on 10 in some ways. Oh. It's so tiny. Okay, this is the Benetint, and it's just a mini, and it's a very, very small mini. Another kind of free gift with purchase. This is a Sephora 100-point sample. Like, that's what I get from this. I will say this is nice, like, on the go, and you don't need a ton of the tint. So in that way, it could be still a useful mini, but I just don't think it's a great look. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's hard for me. If you guys watched my advent calendar series last year, which I will leave the playlist down below, I do prefer full sizes overall, or if it's not gonna be that, I want a good price. And I feel like for $164 plus tax, it feels semi-high for a sample this small, you know? Okay, but staying positive, moving on to number 11, but I'm telling you, I can hear it's tiny. I can hear it's so tiny. Day number 11's apple juice, and inside we have a brow wax. I feel like this is the first universal brow product actually in here. So it's just kind of like a clear brow wax that is nice. Again, kind of small, but I think I just need to get over that at this point because I think it's going to be a continuing theme throughout the rest of the days. Number 12, we're getting another shorter box. So I'm assuming it's going to be like a bronzer or something. All right, we have Starla here. This is a rosy bronze blush. Let's open her up. All right, that's Starla. Cute color. So far, lots of neutrals in the blushes. All right, we're on to number 13, and you already know what that sound is. What mini sample are we getting? It looks like another one of these mini lip products, which again, I think these came out more recently, maybe even this year or late last year. This is the splash tint though, and this is the plush tint. And I have to just say, I do appreciate that the packaging kind of differentiates, even though they both look white. The splash tint has like a smooth kind of glossy finish, and the plush tint has like a soft touch, kind of soft matte feel to it. And I feel like these are gonna stain me because I feel like they're almost like K-beauty lip products, but ooh, the splash tint is actually really pretty. This is the color Honeymooner, and then the plush tint is in Red Velvet. Very pretty colors, I will say. Okay, 14 is like one of our biggest boxes yet, I wanna say, so very exciting. Strawberry milk, let's see. I'm telling you though, this item does not fit in the box. It's small. Ooh, okay, looks like we got a 24-hour brow setter, and this is invisible. So this is another clear one, and I wanna say this is the full size. That's what it looks like to me. All right, yeah, this is full size. It retails for $26. It is clear and universal, so, you know, if you use any brow product like this, I feel like this is a good value for the calendar. I like this product. I mean, I haven't tried that specific product, but I just mean in theory as an item in the advent calendar. All right, 15's big, but it also feels a little bulkier in there. Let's see what we got. All right, some skincare. Let me know, have you tried this line from Benefit? I don't know how popular it is, but if you've tried stuff and you like it or don't, if you have any thoughts, let us know. This is the POREfessional Tight and Toned Pore Refining AHA and PHA Toning Foam. I'll give that a try. It looks like a mini, but still a good size mini. It's not quite the mini you can buy online, I'm looking. The 2-ounce mini retails for $19, and this one is 0.75 fluid ounces. So not quite half of that mini. This probably has like about a $10 value on it. All right, moving on to number 16. We're back to the little shorter boxes, and we have another mini mascara. This is another one like I'm like, okay, I like the mini mascaras. I think these make sense. Even the skincare, I haven't tried it, and the samples are big enough to actually try and get an idea of if it's actually gonna work for you long term and if you wanna repurchase. So I don't mind these minis. Specifically, the They're Real mascara is a very popular one, or at least has been in the past. It's one of those mascaras that at one point in time, I feel like everyone was using, and it has this like spiky ball tip that's going to help you get into like the corners of your eyes or just like in those hard to reach places with your mascara. So I remember this being talked about all the time back in the day, and I also remember this being so hard to get off. Like this thing is on your lashes and difficult, so it'll be interesting to see if that's still the case. All right, on to number 17. Oh, I already know I'm gonna be disappointed, but let's just get it over with. Another mini, another color of the plush tint, which is more that like velvety matte kind of look, but this is the shade Quality Pleasure, which is more of a corally orangey red instead of a pinky red. A kind of similar color to the last one, but I feel like everything in this range was all kind of similar in the first place. All right, number 18, we're closing in on the final days here. This is a mini of the POREfessional Super Setter. I'm excited to actually try this because I have been into setting sprays lately. I just feel like they help keep everything in place, kind of melt everything together at the end of my makeup routine, and especially with powder. I need powder for longevity. I need it because I'm very oily, but when I spray with a setting mist, I feel like I get a little bit more life back to my skin, but also an added layer of longevity. So I'm excited to try it. It's still kind of small. I wish this was more like a fluid ounce or something. This is 0.5 fluid ounce, so even just like double the size would be a more generous mini. This again feels like such a gift with purchase or a sample in that way, and I feel like for the price and just like the overall presentation, it would be nice to have more of a deluxe size mini. But what do I know, maybe this is right, like maybe the other little sample they give you is like one shot of spray on your face. Everything's been kind of working its way over, but 19 is up here in this little corner all the way by number 1, and it's one of these long ones. So let's see what it is. Okay, it looks like a liquid liner. Now that's nice. A full-size roller liner. This is a liquid eyeliner pen. This I feel like has a lot of value. Of course, if you use liquid liner, if you don't, then maybe it's not the best for you, but I feel like overall, this is like a staple product for a lot of people, something they're using every day, and it is full size. Let's see what this retails for. Okay, price on that is $22. Is it bad that like when I look up and I'm like, oh, only $22? I'm like, looks like Benefit hasn't raised their prices. Like, I know that's bad because $22 is a lot of money, but I can't lie, I'm not surprised it's not like $25 or even like going up to $28. I feel like everything makeup wise is just so expensive. expensive. I don't love that that's how I feel, but it is how I feel. All right, on to number 20. I think we're gonna get a bronzer soon. Yeah, Hoola bronzer here. And it looks like it's just the regular Hoola. I know that they do have like a lighter version and a darker version, I wanna say, and they might even have like a shimmery version now too. But this is just that original Hoola that they had. They had the one shade for the longest time, and you get that in here as a mini. All right, I'm keeping it moving to number 21. Let's just keep it going. Another little mini. Okay, here we go. This one's in Heat Wave, and it is one of the splash tints, so it's gonna be more glossy. And again, it's in a very similar color family as all of the other lip products that we've been opening so far. Number 22, let's see what we got. Another mascara. This is another good one to me, Roller Lash. So I like that you could get a sampling of all the different mascaras that they offer. I'm assuming Bad Girl Bang is gonna be in here too. But between all these minis, if you got this calendar just for yourself, you have between like 6 months to, if you can stretch it, a year's worth of mascara, I feel like. And then you've tried all of them and you can know which Benefit mascara suits you best or that you like the most. So I like the mini mascaras. Let's move on to 23. This is Christmas Eve. Oh no, it's Christmas Eve. Okay. Anyway, we have Claudia in here. This is another mini blush. I thought we were maybe gonna get a highlighter at this point, but no highlighter. I don't know what this color looks like, so let's see. Oh my, very light, very light. I feel like you could almost use this to like set your under eye. It's pretty light. They describe it as a misty pale pink blush. So I think this might be the last blush we're gonna get in here. All right, are you guys ready? This is the final day. I always feel like final days should be like a bit of a showstopper. It's the last day, Christmas Eve, maybe it's Christmas Day, depending on the calendar and how many days it is. And it is a bigger box, so let's see what 24 holds. Come on. Oh, is it Bad Girl Bang? Ah, Bad Gal Bang. Bad gal? Yeah, bad gal. Okay, not bad girl, bad gal. But in a full size, so they're hoping this is the one you like the most. This must be really popular. I remember them making this like a big thing, like out in space or something when they launched this, but I don't think I've ever I don't know if I've ever tried this one. Oh, it's like a plastic bristle, like a little cone shape. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that one. I get like stuck on a mascara. When I like something, I just like, I will use it up. You have to pry it from my hands. Even if it's like dry and like out, it's hard for me to throw mascara away. It really is. So I feel like I don't move through them as fast as I probably should, but I really think this was a great end of the calendar. It was definitely nice to get something full size because we could have got something way smaller. We've seen things way smaller in there. And I also feel like this is such a useful thing. It's universal again. So I think that was a good last day, but let me see what we're at and let me give you guys some thoughts. Okay, let's start with the positive. I'm gonna try to bring some positivity to this. I will say, I think that the theming, the aesthetic of this calendar is so cute. I think it would make a good gift for that reason. And I do think they just really went there. I love the basket and all the different days being different like food items. I think was just a nice touch. It's festive and I feel like Benefit kind of does that retro theming. So I think aesthetic wise, gift wise, presentation wise, definitely a cute advent calendar. When I'm looking at all the products in front of me, I feel like there's a few different tiers. So we have like full-size products, which I think add a lot of value just because they're this size. You're actually gonna go into Sephora and purchase. So we got a full-size mascara, we got the full-size liner, full size of the brow gel, and a full size of the Professional. So I think those are nice. They're also kind of staple products. These definitely add some value to the box. And if you were to buy all these products individually, it would be $112. So when you look at the price of the calendar at $164, it's really about $50 more that we're looking for in value for it to at least be even. Which kind of brings me to the next tier, which I will count as minis that I think are still a good value, whether you can buy those minis by themselves as mini products, or I think they're just good enough deluxe size samples where you can really try the product. It doesn't feel dinky and it doesn't feel like a free gift with purchase. I do feel like the mini bronzer and blushes are good value because you can buy these all for like $18 or $19 a piece, but there's also the fact that these might not work for your skin tone, so you have to keep that in mind. There is some variety, but I would say overall it skews light. As you guys know, I do like the mini mascaras that are included, but I will say I was looking if these are the mini size you can buy, and they're slightly smaller, of course, naturally. They do contain just a little less product than the mini sizes you can buy in Sephora, but I'm not mad at these in the calendar at all. And specifically for these two skincare items, I do think the smaller size works for them, even though they're not even quite the mini size. Like, I feel like they don't look too dinky and you get enough product to test it and see if you like it. So for all those days, I'm fine with them. I think some of them have some good value, give or take, whatever. But for 9 days, we got some small samples that I just think could have been a little bit better. Actually, correction, 10 of the days. So I really didn't necessarily love these really mini samples of the lip products. Sure, this amount of lip product could be enough to really test it and you could get some good wear out of them, but I just feel like presentation wise, it doesn't make me feel like I'm getting my money. I don't really love that about it. So that's 5 days there. I mean, I think it goes without saying this mask is very tiny for the advent calendar, and I feel like for the price. Brow products, I'm kind of on the fence. If they work for you, they might be great sample sizes, but the only universal one is the clear wax, and the other two you have to kind of like cross your fingers and hope they work for you, those colors, and they're still kind of tiny. And then also with this spray, I wish it was just a little bit bigger. It still feels pretty dinky. For experience, I give this kind of a so-so, like a 50-50. I feel like the aesthetic is pulling a lot of the weight for the experience, and it kind of felt like a roller coaster on if I felt like the item was going to be worth it or not. Like it was kind of like on and off every other day. So I think that could have been a little bit better. As for value, when I added up what I feel like actually added monetary value to it, so basically that means I didn't count the mini little samples that I feel like honestly should be free. Like, I'm sorry, that's just how I feel about it. Let me know your thoughts. I got a value of $251. So you are getting your money's worth if you're looking at it that way, but I don't think this is the calendar to buy for value. If the blushes work for you and the brow products work for you, you are getting some great staples with the mascara. So if you're looking for some items to really pad out your makeup collection going into the next year, I think there could be some good staples in here. You could also kind of split this up with other people. So maybe not the most value in terms of money and savings, which is something I just particularly love, but I do think there is some value there depending on the person. And that ultimately just gets me to the point that it was kind of what I expected. This calendar is going to be right for someone who loves benefit, but you can't love it so much that you already have all these products, you know what I mean? Or that maybe won't be the best for you. And in general, you kind of run into that problem when it comes to the brand specific advent calendars. You really got to be a stan, okay? You got to love the brand and want 24 days of their products, you know, whereas I feel like there's a really big benefit. Ooh, no pun intended there with benefit. Whereas I just personally tend to enjoy exploring a lot of different brands and a lot of different products. And sometimes that means spending a little bit more on an advent calendar to get big sizes and more full size products in there. Or it can mean you can spend more at that $100 mark or even a little bit cheaper to get some more deluxe size, smaller sizes of a bunch of different brands. So I think it would be best maybe for a gift to someone else. I think that this would be so fun to get as a gift because it is so cute, and maybe someone who doesn't have a ton of makeup but, you know, wears makeup enough for these products to work for them. That's probably the best case scenario. When I rated on that personal je ne sais quoi, like, do I like it? It's definitely not quite the one for me. Aesthetic wise, really love it, but that's not enough. It's not enough for me personally. I think from everything I learned last year with opening so many advent calendars, I really love just saving up a little bit more money, going in on one bigger, better advent calendar where you're getting better sizes and bigger sizes. You're also getting more variety in brand, and maybe even brands that are more prestige than benefit, like really expensive brands. So those are some of my thoughts on it. It's exactly kind of what I thought the benefit advent calendar would be, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna lie, I'm as disappointed as I kind of expected to be, although I feel like the aesthetic is making it feel a little better. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like this advent calendar? Do you think it's worth $164? Would you buy this? Would you gift it? Let me know. This is the first one of the season. Maybe not the best one to open up, but I promise you there's gonna be some good ones this year. I just have a feeling, and you know I'm gonna try to go for those bigger ones. So I'm excited to get into those. Let me know your thoughts on this one. And other than that, I will see you in the next one. Stay tuned for more advent calendars. They will be coming. Okay, bye guys.